remember a time not so long ago when I had to borrow money for the necessities of life. I'd lost my job. My prospects for the future weren't very bright. It was a very unhappy time for me. But then I learned some basic concepts from some very successful people, and understanding and using these concepts really changed my life around. I now have property in 4 states. I have a home in Florida. I have a home underway in North Carolina. I travel the world. I was asked on a TV talk show recently about whether the old days when I didn't have so much money were maybe a little bit better, and I had to laugh. I remember Pearl Bailey saying, I've tried rich and I've tried poor, and I like rich a whole lot better, and I'd have to agree with that.
Millions will be made in the next few years. I'll make hundreds of millions because the opportunities are here, but I'll pay the price where they won't pay the price to think and to learn that which would teach them how to acquire wealth. Anyone can acquire wealth. Anyone can get a job if they'll pay the price. And we've proved it.
The key to success, what is it? Do you have it? You very well may and not know it. Hello, I'm your host, Art Fleming, and in the next 30 minutes, we'll investigate whether true opportunity still exists in this country today. Our documentary cameras have visited experts, authors, entrepreneurs, and millionaires from all walks of life. And the overwhelming consensus is that anyone can be personally successful now, if they really want to. During this half hour, we'll present specific how-to facts, plans, and information that you can begin using for your own personal success. The keys to success will be revealed by such people as W. Clement Stone, co-author of the widely acclaimed bestseller, Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude, who started Combined International Insurance Corporation with $100 and today is the owner of more than $2 billion in assets. Wally Famous Amos, a high school dropout from New York City who turned an idea and a recipe for chocolate chip cookies into a multi-million-dollar coast-to-coast chain of cookie stores. Mary Kay Ash, founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics, who started out selling sponges and scrub brushes in people's homes and today has sales in excess of $300 million. Attorney and author of the #1 bestseller, You Can Negotiate Anything, Herb Cohen, whose seminars instruct people how to successfully negotiate in everyday life. Ron Rice, creator of Hawaiian Tropic Suntan Lotion, who in 1966 was a high school chemistry teacher, earning about $4,000 a year, and today drives a 12-cylinder Lamborghini worth $250,000. And famous rags to riches author of More Money in Your Pocket, Carlton Sheets, who after losing his job as a salesman, has bought and sold over $19 million worth of real estate. His real estate seminars teach thousands how to become financially independent by investing in real estate, starting with little cash or credit. These experts and others will reveal their strategies and insights as to what it takes to be successful in America. Is it possible that you might discover something in these 30 minutes that will unlock your personal success? It certainly is. Stay tuned for the key to success.
There are still untold thousands of opportunities. You know, there's a millionaire being created in our country approximately every 39 minutes. Students ask me all the time, well, don't you think it's harder today to become a millionaire than it was 20 years ago? Of course not. It's easier now than ever.
If you've really decided to commit to becoming personally and financially successful, then the next thing you need is a vehicle to get you there. There are countless ways to reach financial independence. Some involve starting a business, being your own boss and making the decisions. Some direct sales, selling an already developed product. And some involve methods of investing. We'll see traditional investments that require some cash to get started, and we'll see a different system of investing that requires very little or no money up front. Now, the experts are in unanimous agreement that to make it, you've got to have a plan and specialized information and know-how to implement your plan. They also insist that you don't have to go it alone, nor even be very creative. There's a wealth of information and short-term training available today in the form of specialized forums, conferences, and seminars. Hundreds of thousands of Americans each year attend these so-called immersion learning seminars and forums, to learn from accomplished experts who have already succeeded in a particular area and are willing to share their knowledge and experience. It is said that these seminars are the proving grounds for tomorrow's millionaires. At a recent forum in Chicago, hundreds of would-be entrepreneurs gathered to explore the possibility of starting their own business.
Anybody can get a degree at any university, if only he uses his memory. But all of his lifetime, he may never learn how to use principles whereby he would figuratively have the world in the palm of his hand.
Graduates from the forum leave with a renewed vigor for pursuing their dream of owning their own business. One man who chose to start his own business was Wally Amos. Famous Amos, as he's now known from coast to coast and this country's finer department stores, didn't know much about running a business. So he borrowed money from some friends, rented a store, and decided to try his hand at entrepreneurship.
I'd just give them away. There'd be times I'd bake them and give them all away. And I did it for 5 years. And I became known, you know, as a guy that made good cookies, man. And people used to see me and say, hey, where are my cookies? They wouldn't even say hello, you know? Not even a greeting, just, hey, where are my cookies? Very possessive. And people used to always ask me, why don't you go in business selling these cookies? In the first 6 or 7 months, I didn't draw a salary. I just drew expenses, you know, to pay my bills as I needed them. And sometimes couldn't do that, you know? But I mean, I had to be there times when I didn't want to be there.
Obviously, Amos's persistence paid off, and he's joined the ranks of triumphant entrepreneurs whose success and experience serve as inspiration for others like you and me who wonder if anyone can still make it in America.
Where else in the world, very few countries in the world, that a person can go from, you know, the old Horatio rags to riches. And we've got just story after story after story of a person who's got no money, and 5 years later they're worth $150 million.
Perhaps you're tired of reporting to the plant or the office or fighting rush hour traffic. Well, for Vicki, Holly, Wendy, Janet, Leanne, and Linda, this is their workplace. They're all models for Hawaiian Tropic Tanning Lotion at Daytona Beach, Florida. Their job is to get brown. The purpose is good advertising, according to their boss, Ron Rice. In 1966, he was a high school chemistry teacher earning $4,000 a year, and his net assets were an old car, some clothes, and pocket change. Today, he's worth over $30 million. He drives a $250,000 Lamborghini to his beach home, and he travels the world. He combined a good idea, a plan, and some hard work to unlock his fortune.
I'd load trucks, I'd make the product myself, I'd do the paperwork, I'd go out and sell it, and I'd do everything. I had to do everything myself.
Don't be fooled. This was no get-rich-quick scheme. The company was built on years of hard work. Ron Rice didn't have a lot of technical knowledge or money to start with, but he had a plan. His system wasn't something he learned in school. He looked at what others were doing. He learned from them, and he worked his plan with persistence and determination.
When you graduated from high school or college or even a graduate school, you got your diploma and we pointed at you and said, there is a learned man. Well, all of that stuff is antiquated. It's silly. Life is a continuing process of education. You've got to keep growing, you've got to keep developing.
Becoming successful in America, for some, it comes easier than for others. But the experts agree it is possible for everyone if you develop the right attitude and habits and select a plan that works for you. Coming up, we'll look at some plans that might be right for you. We'll look at specific plans for starting your own business and becoming your own boss with an already developed product. And we'll also look at step-by-step plans for using real estate as a starting point that seems to work well in today's economy.
The Professional Education Institute is pleased to bring you the keys to success. We hope you enjoy and benefit from this exciting and informative educational opportunity. In the near future, the Institute will be bringing you additional programs from their Personal Development Series.
We've seen several people who've started their own business as a way to achieve success. It's the classic American dream to be your own boss, make your own decisions, and reap your own rewards. There is a way to start your own business with just a few dollars that, with some time and work, has paid off well for thousands. There are hundreds of direct sales opportunities that allow you to begin with a minimal cash investment and begin generating extra income immediately. Avon, Tupperware, Amway, and Mary Kay are household names now.
In our company, you can more or less have your cake and eat it too, in that you can go out and put on a beauty show in 3 hours. You have time before that beauty show to get your husband off to work, the children off to school, and go and put on a 10 o'clock skincare class or beauty show, as we call them, and be back home again at 1.
What if you're not interested in starting your own business and direct selling is not for you? Then perhaps financial independence awaits you by owning and investing in real estate. Several of the successful people we interviewed consider real estate to be the ideal investment in both good times and bad.
I decided to invest in real estate just because it was the best investment vehicle I could find. It's the only one that I knew of where I could get both cash flow and appreciation, which is what I got from stocks, but it also provided tax shelter. And the thing that I found the most unbelievable about it was that the tenants actually paid for my purchase of the property. Through their payments of rents, they're actually paying off my mortgage. And by buying the property with very little or none of my own money, I'm actually able to buy it and have the tenants completely pay for it for me.
We all know real estate has made many people wealthy. In fact, it was true back in the early 1900s when Andrew Carnegie realized it, and it still is true today, that over 90% of America's millionaires have become so through owning real estate. We know that you can make a great deal of money in real estate if you have some money to start with. But the basis of our investigation into the keys of success is that you don't have a lot of cash to start with. Maybe you don't have any. Famous author of More Money in Your Pocket, Carlton Sheets, has made a fortune investing in real estate, starting with practically no cash. He began investing in real estate shortly after he was fired from a dead-end sales job. Who's Who in Real Estate indicates that, to date, he has bought and sold over $19 million worth of real estate, and the majority of it with no money down. His concepts for investing with no down payment have sparked a real estate revolution across the country. We asked Sheets if it really is possible to purchase real estate with little or perhaps no money at all.
Oh, my, yes. You know, I get so frustrated when I hear people talk about saving money to buy a house, and they just don't realize that when they finally save enough cash for a 10 to 20% down payment based on today's prices, it's not going to be enough. And then the cycle starts all over again. In the meantime, they're renting an apartment. It's not cash that buys real estate, it's knowledge. You don't need cash, you don't need credit, you don't need a good financial statement. What you need is knowledge and information.
We're considering investing in real estate as a means toward achieving a level of financial security. We're talking about a plan for buying property with no money down. Investors we've spoken to say that it's not difficult at all. We asked creative finance expert Carlton Sheets for an example of how this works.
There are actually over 30 techniques for buying a seller's property no money down. And the technique you use is going to depend upon the seller's situation, the property, and various other factors. I actually teach every one of those techniques in my seminar. Let's assume that you bought a seller's property and took over an existing mortgage on the property and gave back the seller a note for the balance of their equity. That note could be secured by the property itself. It could be secured by other property you own. And by the way, that other property doesn't have to be real estate. As a matter of fact, I bought probably several $1 million worth of property using that one technique.
But we really wanted to know, can anyone do it and be successful?
Absolutely. If you're just armed with specific information on what to do and what not to do, anyone can go out and buy a good piece of real estate, no money down, without credit. I've said around the country many times, and in fact even accepted a challenge recently to do this, that I could take any person and train them for one day, and they could go out and buy a good piece of real estate that would generate at least $100 a month income and do it without cash or credit.
That very challenge was made recently in the Chicago Sun-Times. An individual was selected who had no prior real estate background. He had never even owned a home. Ken Klopecki spent the better part of a day with Mr. Sheets learning the fundamentals of buying property with no money down. He then went out the very next day and contracted to purchase a 2-bedroom townhouse that will generate over $100 per month positive income, and he did it without cash or credit. No money down.
The idea of being a renter all my life wasn't too exciting, especially at the rates of rents are going up, and you never know when you have to be moving around and shuffled around, and it's kind of disrupting to your life. It's something, having your own home or a piece of real estate I think is something that everyone would like to settle into if they knew how to do it. Well, I saw the Sun Times challenge, and my first reaction was to be very skeptical, of course. I didn't think it was possible to buy a piece of real estate with no money down. I thought I'd have to save a chunk of money depending on what I was getting involved in, 10, 15% down. And after spending less than 2 days with Mr. Sheets, I bought a piece of real estate with no money down, with equity buildup, positive cash flow. I can't wait to go out and do it again.
So, after renting and boarding all his life, Ken Klopecki has joined the ranks of landowners and is anxious to go out and do it again. Timing is important with almost any opportunity. Starting your own business, investing in real estate. Is now a good time to start?
People are beginning each and every day to build their real estate fortunes. I think the problem today is that so many people are button pushers. They want to push a button and become instantly wealthy. It's a step-by-step process where you learn how to do it and then go out and use what you've learned.
When I started, sugar was at an all-time high, and certain other ingredients were skyrocketing, and people said it was a bad time. People said the location of my store on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood was a bad luck corner. I said, how can a corner be bad luck, you know? I don't care how much sugar is, you know. This is the time for me. You see, it's important to start. So many people research things to death, and they'll check it out with their friends, and they'll do this, but they never start, man. They're always afraid to just start, or they wonder where should they start. Doesn't matter. Start from right where you are.
The keys to success. If you really are committed to making it, having the things you want in life for yourself and your family, then you owe it to yourself to do something now. Write it down. Don't put it off, or according to the experts, you'll never do it. If you've decided today is the day you start changing your life, coming up we'll give you some ideas and plans on how you can get started.
There are still untold thousands of opportunities. You know, there's a millionaire being created in our country approximately every 39 minutes.
Millionaire investor and best-selling real estate author Carlton Sheets has taught his famous No Money Down seminar to more than 10,000 students nationwide. The Professional Education Institute is pleased to announce that Carlton Sheets' seminar is now available in home study form.
I'm Carlton Sheets, and for the past 16 years, I've bought millions of dollars of real estate using hundreds of no-money-down techniques. I learned my successful system from experience. You don't have to learn that way. I'm proud of my affiliation with the Professional Education Institute. And to meet the needs of our many students, we've designed a step-by-step system for you to achieve financial independence by investing in real estate using little or none of your own money. My home study course manual can be your roadmap to success. For instance, Chapter 2 teaches you how to choose the right properties, where to find them, even how to read newspaper ads to spot good investment opportunities. In Chapter 3, you'll learn how to determine a property's value. Chapter 4 goes step by step through every one of my best no-money-down techniques for the 80s. You can use these techniques to buy the kinds of properties that will take care of your future, retire on. Then there's techniques like the one that will show you how to make $10,000 to $30,000 on a foreclosure property in just 60 to 90 days. In Chapter 5, there's a negotiation checklist with 17 points to cover in every negotiation session, including my multiple offer concept. And then the most important chapter, Getting Started. No other course offers this. It's a detailed game plan, what to do tomorrow morning, next week, and every week after that. To reinforce this knowledge, you'll get 6 hours of audio cassette tapes with me speaking directly to you. You can constantly refer to these tapes at home or in your car. You may be thinking, I don't know how to make an offer, or will I need a lawyer? Well, included in my home study course are two fundamental publications. First, there's our Real Estate Legal Forms pack, which contains over 100 forms that real estate investors use on a daily basis. Simply write in the blanks using the filled-in examples. You'll also get Writing Buyer's Offers, the companion handbook to my buyer's offer form. You'll make all your offers on this form, and this manual tells you exactly how to do it. This form alone cost over $2,000 in attorney fees to develop. That's money you won't have to spend. And one more thing. When these money-making ideas begin putting thousands, even hundreds of thousands more in your pocket each year, you won't want to share that money with the IRS. So, also included, free of charge, is my first bestseller, More Money in Your Pocket. It's an acclaimed guide to immediate tax savings for the real estate investor. It even shows you how to get back every tax dollar you paid in the last 3 years. The enormous advertising and administrative costs of conducting live seminars forces me to charge over $600 per person for my complete investing seminar and tax course. I'm delighted that with the backing of the Institute, we're able to offer this complete package in the form of a home study course for just $149. That comes to about 20 cents a day. Your true cost is even less than $149. As a real estate investor, you can write it off your taxes. The home study course also comes with our unique 6-month money-back guarantee. The Institute's goal is to make each and every one of its students financially independent. It's a comforting feeling to know that you've provided for yourself and your family's future. It's even more comforting and exciting to know that you possess the tools to put $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket right away, even within the next few months.
Don't miss this special television offer. It's all just $149. The step-by-step manual, the 6 hours of audio cassettes, the Institute's Real Estate Legal Forms and Writing Buyer's Offers manual, the unconditional money-back guarantee, and Carlton Sheets' bestseller, More Money in Your Pocket. If you purchase now using a credit card, as an added bonus, you'll also receive the More Money in Your Pocket cassette tape course, 5 more hours of audio tapes which supplement his best-selling book. A must for immediate tax relief to credit card purchasers only. To order, call 1-800-228-1010. Operators are on duty to take your credit card order or save COD charges by sending your check or money order to the Professional Education Institute, Post Office Box 5151D, Oak Brook, Illinois 60522. Call 1-800-228-1010 now.
We've seen now that people from all walks of life are finding ways to succeed in America. They all agree that whichever route you choose, the most important step is getting started. Not knowing how to get started probably keeps more people from becoming successful than anything else.
Get started now. The other day, a 52-year-old lady told me that she wanted to go to law school, but she said, "Do you realize when I graduate in 3 years, I'm going to be 55 years old?" And I said, "Well, if you don't go to law school, how old are you going to be in 3 years?" You see, the calendar doesn't care what you do with your time.
All right, you decide to get going in a serious way. But which way should you go? Work from a direct sales plan like Mary Kay or Amway? Invest in real estate without cash using Carlton Sheets' system? Start your own business like Ron Rice, Wally Amos, and so many others have? Carlton Sheets cautions that you must be careful. The safe and surest way, he points out, is by following the example of successful investors. Sheets says he has such a plan.
You know, the problem with most how-to-do-it seminars is that they don't teach you how to do it. They give you an overall concept, and then they leave the rest up to you. That's why in my real estate seminar, we teach you step by step by step what to do. How to read newspaper ads, how to contact sellers, how to locate neighborhoods, how to negotiate, how to fill out a real estate sales contract. So that when you come out of the seminar, you've got a definite game plan to achieve whatever financial independence you're looking for.
We visited Carlton Sheets with several graduates at a follow-up workshop.
One of the great things about real estate is that when you learn how to buy it, no money down, you can literally buy as much as you want to. But if you're buying real estate with large down payments, or you're buying gold or stocks or anything else, I don't care how much money you've got, eventually it's going to run out.
About the worst thing that could happen to you is that a particular piece of property won't go up in value, and that doesn't happen very often. But if it does, and you don't have any money in the property anyway, what have you lost?
And you still got positive cash flow and tax savings.
I used to think there was a mystique about buying real estate with no money down. But actually, when you learn how to do it, it's really easy.
I made my first purchase offer 2 weeks after taking the seminar, and I used the same forms that we filled out in the seminar, and I was able to answer all the seller's questions. I structured the offer using a combination of 2 of your nothing down techniques.
So you really can get started with little or no money. You need to have goals, be willing to work hard, learn from those who already are successful, and recognize that it's important to get started now. We've seen a host of people who have bucked the odds, ventured out, and made it in America. No doubt there were many times when each of these successful people had doubts and second thoughts, and were probably even subjected to the doubts and ridicule of their well-meaning family and friends. But in these United States, the spirit of greatness was built upon an individual's willingness to stand out from the crowd and live life his own way.
Human beings have so much potential. We tend to be operating on 2 cylinders in a 100-cylinder existence. In other words, what you've got to do is actualize some of that potential. Aspire, strive. You're not going to get all the way there, but you're going to get here. And that's going to make a big difference.
It's important to start. So many people research things to death, and they'll check it out with their friends, and they'll do this, but they never start, man. They're always afraid to just start, or they wonder where should they start. Doesn't matter. Start from right where you are.
In the past 30 minutes, we've given you some options, ideas, and plans that are available to you today. The methods we've explored have made tens of thousands of people financially independent. In a time and in an economy where many are losing their jobs and struggling to make ends meet, countless others are discovering the keys to success in this country and unlocking their financial futures. It is said that every 39 minutes, another millionaire is made in America. The only question now is who the next one will be. Will the next millionaire be you?
Until now, the only way to learn my no money down system of real estate investing was for you to personally attend one of my live lectures around the country. That's why I'm so pleased that the Professional Education Institute has made it possible for all of you to learn this step-by-step system to financial independence in home study form. The specially designed course manual gives you the tools you'll need to build your financial independence. And the corresponding 6 hours of audio cassette tapes will motivate you to get started immediately. Also included with the home study course is Writing Buyer's Offers. It's a fundamental handbook for making safe and profitable offers. You'll also receive real estate legal forms, over 100 forms that real estate investors use on a daily basis. By saving the cost of conducting live seminars, the Institute can pass these savings on to you. All of this is available for $149. And as a real estate investor, it's tax deductible. By ordering now, you'll also get my first bestseller, More Money in Your Pocket. It contains hundreds of ways to legally avoid paying income taxes. It's all backed by the Institute's unique 6-month money-back guarantee. If you're not 100% certain that it's a turning point for your future, or if it's simply not for you, send it back. You'll receive a full refund. We can't be more fair than that.
Don't miss this special television offer. It's all just $149. The step-by-step manual, the 6 hours of audio cassettes, the Institute's real estate legal forms and Writing Buyer's Offers manual, the unconditional money-back guarantee, and Carlton Sheets' bestseller, More Money in Your Pocket. If you purchase now using a credit card, as an added bonus, you'll also receive the More Money in Your Pocket cassette tape course, 5 more hours of audio tapes which supplement his best-selling book. A must for immediate tax relief to credit card purchasers only. To order, call 1-800-228-1010. Operators are on duty to take your credit card order or save COD charges by sending your check or money order to the Professional Education Institute, Post Office Box 5151D, Oak Brook, Illinois 60522. Call 1-800-228-1010 now.